The Oscar goes to... It's hard out here for a pill.
For 3 hours, movie crackheads get to see what hot garbage or an insane masterpiece win Best Picture. Either way, it's 50-50. A masterpiece could win, or a movie that was heavily pushed by the industry could take home that Academy Award. However, there is one category that I believe is heavily overlooked, and that's the film score and Best Original Song. You may disagree, but I rarely see people getting as excited about film soundtrack at the Oscars as they do for categories like Best Picture or Best Actor or Actress. Don't get me wrong, many fans love popular movie soundtracks. For example, films like The Crow, Guardian of the Galaxy, Black Panther, Barbie, and Clueless have been recognized for their amazing soundtracks that truly resonate with fans. Best original songs that usually get nominated for an Academy is either emotional or have amazing vocal range, such as Adele's Skyfall, Lady Gaga's Shallow, Mariah and Whitney Houston, When You Believe. But there's one original song that has shocked the Oscar crowd when it won an Academy Award for Best Original Song back in 2006. And the song includes a phrase that many people enjoy using today, and that's the single It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp from Hustle and Flow. The Oscar has a history of really not being urban or hip-hop. Just go back to the singles I referenced before. It was uncommon for a song this gritty to be nominated for an Academy Award. So when 3 6 Mafia won that year, it was a huge surprise for that Oscar audience. And whoever was on the Academy board at the time definitely was tapped in, because 3 years prior, Eminem won Best Original Song for his rap song Lose Yourself for his 2002 film 8 Mile. So it shouldn't have been a shock that another rap song won. But if we can keep it real, Eminem is more acceptable to the Oscar crowd because of his whiteness. As for 3 6 Mafia, it was surprising because something so gritty could never step foot in a place like the Dolby Theater, but they did. Just look at the history of the Oscars So White back in 2015. The Academy had to be called out for its lack of representation. If a movie with people of color usually get recognized for an Oscar, it's either a slave movie or a film about resolving racism by eating a piece of chicken. But before we address the cultural significance of It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp, we have to talk about the history of the group behind the classic single. The single was written by legendary Memphis rap group 3 6 Mafia. Members include DJ Paul, Juicy J, Crunchy Black, Gangsta Boo, Lord and Famous, and Coops the. The collective was formed in 1991. 3 6 Mafia is known for popularizing what many know as trap music and being the innovator of modern day rap. Without them, many rappers would have not hit the mainstream, such as Migos, T.I., Jeezy, and 2 Chainz. We can even go as far as saying the group influenced many new gen southern rappers like Travis Scott, Lotto, and Megan Thee Stallion, who have constantly paid homage and used many of the group hit singles as samples in their music. Trap music has been around since the late 80s, as the genre is a mix of Miami bass, Memphis crunk, New Orleans bounce, and Houston chopped and screwed. 3 6 Mafia not only covered the genre of trap, but majority of their music back in the day was hard themed. They were like black rock stars. The collective is known for their chart-topping hit songs like Stay Fly, Sippin' on Some Syrup, and Slob on My Knob. In an interview with Variety, Juicy J spoke about the single development for Hustle and Flow. The rapper explained how he wrote a song for John Singleton's movie Baby Boy. The single that 3 6 Mafia wrote was called Baby Mama. Following the song's release, Juicy J said Singleton reached out to him again to tell him about a movie he was producing called Hustle and Flow, written and directed by Craig Brewer. The rapper said Singleton gave the group the script, The plot centered around a pimp having a hard time in the rap game. Juicy J said from there, they created the hook, "It's hard out here for a pimp." The group went to the studio and finished the rest of the song. We also have to give credit to rapper Phrase Boy. He's not a part of 3 6, but he was signed to the group label Hypnotized Mind. Brewer and Singleton loved the single so much they wanted the group to do the whole album, but unfortunately they didn't have enough money for the group to do the soundtrack. But 3 6 Mafia wasted no time putting the single on their 2005 album, Must Known Unknown. The original singer who did the vocals for the song was Paula Campbell, but in the film we're all aware that Taraji P. Henson did the vocals for the hook. After the single's success, the group discovered the shocking news that they were nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Song. Juicy J said in an interview, "I found out we were nominated for the Oscar at like 5 in the morning. My phone was ringing. I answered. I can't remember if John or Craig called me first, but I think it was John saying, 'Congrats, you got nominated for an Oscar.' I was like, 'What?' I called Paul, then I immediately called my mom." The group was even more shocked when they received the call to perform their single at the Academy. So on March 5th, 2006, the group was set to perform at the 78th Academy Award. That year, Jon Stewart from The Daily Show was the host. Juicy J said that the group had to use their own vocals. There was no backtracking. They even asked executives if they should wear suits for the performance, but the Academy didn't care about their wardrobe. Joining them on stage for the performance was the Taraji P. Henson. DJ Paul said the group was heading back to Change, but they were told to wait because they might win. Paul said he really didn't think the group was going to win, but noticed a cart with 3 Oscars. He said he thought to himself that there were only one song with 3 writers nominated for an Academy. But then he said one of the stagehands saw him looking and put 1 Oscar to the bottom shelf to fake him out. Juicy J didn't think the group was going to win either because they was up against another Tennessee legend that year. It was the Dolly Parton, who was nominated for her single Traveling Through for the 2005 film Trans America. But the group won. They all thanked their family, but DJ Paul thanked George Clooney.
George Clooney, my favorite man. He showed me love when I first met him. We bring the house. We out of here.
A funny story behind that, DJ Paul told Variety he sat next to Clooney during an Oscar luncheon. Paul said Clooney was the reason why he got all his tattoos because of his film Dusk Till Dawn, which he says is his favorite movie. The rapper said, quote, "I saw these tattoos that he had. I immediately called my boys and we went to the tattoo shop at like 1 in the morning. And I tried to mimic his tattoos. But when I looked at George, he didn't even have the tattoos. I told him that whole story. He was laughing. He was really cool." And shockingly enough, the only celebrity that congratulated the group was Dolly Parton. She was glad that the award went back home to Tennessee. 3 6 Mafia was always breaking barriers, but the win opened major doors for the group. As they were the first rap group to win an Academy Award, several of the group members went on to find mainstream success, such as Juicy J, with singles with Katy Perry, Megan Thee Stallion, Travis Scott, A$AP Rocky, and Nicki Minaj. The rapper said his goal in the future is to do more movie scores. He might win another Oscar one day.